Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to J Cloud's Anime Talk, and in today's video we will be discussing did transformations ruin Dragon Ball Super? And in this video I won't be discussing this topic alone. I got a special guest with me, the first on this channel. Why don't you introduce yourself?
What's up everybody? I'm Rebel Utaku, also go by Rebel Anime. How y'all doing today?
Thanks for coming on the show, man. And guys, don't forget, I will leave the links to Rebel's, both of his channels in the description below. It's Rebel Otaku and the other one is Rebel Anime. So, with that being said, did transformations ruin Dragon Ball? We will talk about that next here on J Cloud's Anime Talk. Now, I made a video back in the past about if Super was to return, there should be no more transformations for 2019 if it was to come back that year for next year. But in that video, I feel like I didn't go really in depth of the reasons why I don't want to see transformations anymore. And it's because when we talk about transformations, we always got to mention the most iconic ones. And that was when Goku went Super Saiyan against Frieza, Gohan going Super Saiyan 2 against Cell. And all those transformations were perfect. You know, it was mandatory for the series. It was good for the series. But as time went on, especially in what we see in Super, I feel as though it's too many transformations to the point they became stale, it became really dull, and it's like I'm at the point where I feel transformations is not good for the show currently right now, and it's hurting the series. So Rebel, how you feel about that?
Actually, I kind of did J Cloud a lot, and it got to the point where Dragon Ball Z Battle of the Gods, where you basically saw the God form, and that was pretty interesting and entertaining.
Yeah.
But you know, after when we got to Resurrection of F, which is Frieza, we got to see Super Saiyan Blue, and then after that, we basically got to the filler.
Yeah.
And then the Goku Black arc, and that's when it just basically started to turn into Transformers. Every time a new transformation.
Yeah, I agree.
Which was just ridiculous.
Definitely. I'm glad you mentioned the Goku Black arc because that arc had so many problems towards the end because it started off so well, and all of a sudden, like when Trunks got that transformation, just came out of nowhere. It's still unexplained to us. Like we still don't have an explanation of what that form is, and a lot of people theorize that he got that form, you know, mixed with the God Ki and Saiyan Ki because he's a half Saiyan. And that still doesn't make any sense. You know, it made sense for Goku Black to have his own transformation because, you know, he has Goku DNA mixed in with his Kaioshin bloodline. So it made sense. But when I seen that transformation, you know, it's a cool looking transformation, but it's like, come on now, like, was that really necessary?
Yeah, especially when it went rage mode. That didn't make no sense at all. Trunks never had the ability and the transformation to actually do that at all. So It was just ridiculous. And I was telling myself, wait a minute. On top of that, he gets this rage mode. But what doesn't make any sense is that he basically has the sword, and he uses it sort of like the spirit bomb. Future Trunks could never do that because everybody in the future died. Nobody was alive.
Yeah, that spirit bomb sword that he pulled out when it was like saw people left on Earth and managed to defeat Zamasu, fuse Zamasu at that was just really idiotic. Like that was horribly written. And you know, another thing that is horribly written is when Kale and Caulifla, you know, I'm gonna leave out Kaba for exclusion. I'm gonna exclude him out because at least he worked for this Super Saiyan transformation. But when it came to like Kale and Caulifla going Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2 just with a tingle in their back, that's not good writing. Like we seen Saiyans and Z train hard. We seen Gohan train hard for Super Saiyan 2. You know, we seen Vegeta literally cry just to get Super Saiyan. But now these Saiyans, these new versions of Saiyans, you know, they just coming out and just getting transformations like it's a barrage Saiyan sale going on. I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah, that was just unacceptable and beyond ridiculous in my opinion. Didn't make no sense. There's no story at all in Super. It is completely rushed. And it gets to the point where it's like, I've seen way better in anime storytelling than you could possibly ever imagine. This is just unacceptable what Akira Toriyama actually did with this franchise.
Yeah. And you know, I get it because having all these transformations is good for business. And why? Because it's the product, it's the merchandise that they sell off of these transformations. You know, that's where the real profit is coming from, all these merchandise and toys that they are selling. Because if I see a shirt that has, you know, Goku going Super Saiyan Blue with this Kaioken times 20, and if it looks legit, I'm buying it. You know, that's just how they get the consumers. But at the same time, it's good for business, but it's not good for the show. Because we all know that these transformations really appeal to the fanboys, and that is a problem.
Also, the thing that Super actually has a problem with too, there's no blood in this series at all. Probably like just a drip. They cut down more on the violence. It's more like, to me, like kiddie friendly. Like there's not that much at all. It's not the same like it used to be in DBZ.
No, it's definitely not the same because it caters to the younger audience, and I think that younger audience don't really understand that most Dragon Ball fans who've been following this series are people who are in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. So we've seen all this transformation stuff is not new to us. We want to see something unique, something that will bring us back to the art of martial arts, because that's one thing I do love about the like Ultra Instinct. It brings back the art of martial arts where you can beat a villain without transforming. You can use technique. But I feel like Ultra Instinct became a transformation soon as Master Ultra Instinct showed up. And we seen how Master Ultra Instinct displayed. It beat Jiren. But you know how Dragon Ball works. Every time a villain goes down or some macho, they bring in a new macho. Like how they did with Hit. They replaced him with Jiren. And now they're replacing Jiren with Broly. But after Broly, you know, what's next for that? Because it's going to have to be a new transformation. Broly is so strong that he's able to beat Goku and Vegeta in their god modes without transforming. So we don't know how that movie will go down. We don't know if Master Ultra Instinct will show up or Gogeta would just beat him. But after that, if Super comes back, they're going to need more villains, and they're going to have more villains who are stronger than Broly. Master Ultra Instinct gonna have to go to a greater height because the other transformations are obsolete from now. So if Super comes back, they're gonna need more and more transformations. And I don't want them to do the same thing they did last time, you know, redoing an arc like how they had it in the movie. If the movie is great, I don't want to see it in the anime form. The anime could potentially be bad comparing to the movie, just like how we seen with Resurrection of F, even though that wasn't really a good movie to begin with.
Well, honestly, if it does come back, this is what I think they should do. And, you know, this is just my opinion, because we don't need them to pull like Dragon Ball Z Battle of the Gods and Resurrection of F. That's what literally destroyed Super 2, is because they did the same exact films that we already saw in there. There was no point of that material to actually be done again. It didn't make no sense to me at all.
And that's a problem. I think Super really just had lazy writing.
That's the thing. It's like they don't care about, you know, like telling the story the correct way. The only thing they care about is power-ups, explosions, and transformations. They don't even care about character development anymore, which is just unacceptable in my opinion.
It is, I agree. One thing positive I can say about GT, we didn't see a transformation in every episode, man, because that would have been ridiculous.
Exactly. And that's what makes GT more entertaining than Super.
Dragon Ball transformations, that's what Super should have been called.
There's literally no stopping it. It's basically like an episode of the Transformers that you're watching.
So with that, we're going to end it here. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget, subscribe to Rebel's channels. I will leave both of his channel links in the description below. Rebel, thanks for coming on the show, man.
No problem.
Anytime.
Have a good one, y'all. Later.
Thank you guys for watching. I'm Jet Cloud. I'm out. League or nothing.